Hello, hello, Wellness Warriors podcast here. I am Coach Suzanne Penn, and with me is Coach Suzanne Baker.
Hello, everybody.
So I am leaving this to, well, not leaving it to her, but Coach Suzanne Baker is going to start us off today.
Yeah, I when we were talking about what we wanted to chat about in our next episode, I really felt strongly about talking about this one subject that affects a lot of women. Like you're going to go through it, at some point in your life, and that is this episode is brought to you by menopause. Whatever stage you're going through. But yeah, so I'm 56. I have gone through, I'm actually postmenopausal, even though I still do have the occasional hot flashes, which I think are going to be around forever. But I wanted to talk about that because you and I both we're going through this journey, and I'm so thankful we got each other to chat about what's going on. I mean, it's I guess I never really was or was not aware of other women in their journeys through menopause. All I knew is that some women got extremely mean and had to have ice on them at all times. um, Unfortunately, my mom, and she passed away when I was younger, so I wasn't able to talk, see her go through menopause, right? And you and I both have had that happen to us, so we didn't have a parent to talk to us about things like that. And I was always so afraid. I'm thinking, well, something's horrible going to happen to me. I don't want to turn into this big green monster and chop everybody's heads off. And it doesn't have to be like that. So once you start really, going into and talking to other people about it, there are a lot of things that you can do to ease the symptoms. And yeah, so that's what I wanted to discuss. We just have our little chat room today, and we can talk about what's happening with us and where we're at our point, in this journey.
Well, and yeah, my mom passed away when she was 44, so I don't even know, what the family, history is, because a lot of times if your mom had a struggle with menopause, then you're probably, more
Mhm.
likely, not saying it's, you know, definite, but it's more
Yeah.
likely. And when you don't have that, and plus people didn't talk about it, like this is a new thing for people to be really talking about it, because that was considered like hush hush, like you didn't talk about that, and so
Mhm.
I am glad when I do talk about it now, that it allows other women to feel freedom,
Right.
that, oh yeah, let's talk about that. And everybody, because that's the thing, every person that has had a menstrual cycle is going to go through menopause at some point if they live long enough, right?
Mhm.
And so for us to all be like suffering in these things, or not necessarily even suffering, because maybe you're not, some aren't, but all the changes, because whether you're suffering or not suffering, there's all these
Mhm.
changes that are occurring, and nobody, why aren't we talking about it? Why aren't we, especially, you know, women with young girls and stuff, to hear you feel comfortable in talking about it? You're going to
Yeah.
eventually free your daughters and, the younger women, that when they get older, they're going to feel
Mhm.
already pretty confident in being able to talk about that. And so, yeah.
Well, it's identifying the symptoms because honestly, I thought I was going crazy.
Mhm.
I did. I mean, I, there are so many things. I couldn't remember anything. I was not, I couldn't form words. Like I would be in a conversation with somebody and all of a sudden I just forget a word. I would forget their name. You know, I've known these people forever. And it's all of a sudden, it's like, what is happening? I mean, this is not normal.
Well,
And
and then they tell you it's old age. Like, oh,
yes,
you're
oh,
getting older. It's old age. Well, it's partially right because yeah, we are getting older, so we're going into menopause, right? But
I had a male doctor tell me that. Oh, it's just because you're getting older. You're fired. Bye.
yeah, but it's not, it's so much more than you're getting older because it's
Yeah,
almost like they say you're getting older, there's nothing you can do about it, pretty much is what they're implying. When they say that, they're just trying to be like, you know, just deal with it. And
yeah,
actually, that's the way it is with all kinds of issues we have. Nobody wants to look at what the root reason is, but
yeah.
now more and more people are. But yeah, I mean, and you start to think, what is going on? And because some of these symptoms can start up to 10 years before you ever go through menopause, you do start to think like you're crazy. I mean, I told doctors for years, like, do you think I could be going through early menopause or something? And they're like, no, but nobody told me about perimenopause. I didn't know what that was. Like, I didn't realize that was the time when you're starting to have decreases in estrogen and just these hormonal changes and stuff. I did not know that back then. So I
Right.
would always say, "Do I have early menopause?" And they'd be like, "You're too young. You don't." But then I do find out that some women can go through menopause as early as like 35 in some cases. Like I'm just like, whoa, you know. So, I mean, obviously, our age in the 50-ish range is the
Mhm.
normal time frame for that. But some do have it early, and then there's the perimenopause piece, which is where a lot of those symptoms actually start.
And I truly, looking back now, I truly believe that I actually started my journey at 30, around 35, like you were talking, because I remember thinking, you know, I never, I mean, I always have had anxiety, you know, that's just, you know, normal. It's just your everyday stress, right? You know, raising children, you know, you have your everyday stress. But mine felt abnormal. Like I really thought I was going crazy. So I would go to my doctor and I got put on an anti-anxiety medicine or depression medicine, excuse me, anti-depression
Yeah.
medicine. I didn't think I was depressed. I just felt different. I didn't feel right. I just felt like I was going to jump out of my skin. And
Mm.
every little thing that never used to bother me was bothering me. Like I just didn't like the way people chewed their food. I mean, you know, I'm just making that up, but it was like that.
I don't think you're making that up. I think that's true. I think you just spoke your truth there.
But I'm like, I go to the doctor and they're like, okay, you're depressed. So we're going to put you on depression medicine. And it's not what I needed. I definitely did not. After taking it for a while, I was getting worse. And when I say worse, I mean that a lot of unaliving thoughts happened. And I would go to my doctor and I'm like, yeah, this is I never thought about this before, but now I'm thinking about this, you know, this is not right. Oh, well, you need to go see a psychologist or psychiatrist or whatever. And it's like, no, no, that is not what's happening. No one would listen to me.
No. And maybe in some cases, people do have true depression issues. And because, but that is sort of the case. The mood can ends up all over the place. And could you need some medicine? Possibly, but it's still, they're not addressing
No.
like what is bringing you to that because you weren't that way. Now you are. If nothing has dramatically changed in your life, then what is it? You know,
Right.
and I mean, I had bizarre stuff with like not just the mood, but I had the hot flashes and night sweats, and then I started like just having bizarre pain and weird, that would just
Yes.
come and go, which I did get diagnosed with an unspecified autoimmune. They said, oh, it's like lupus. But now looking into it, what I'm learning about menopause is that it's not uncommon actually for when someone's going through menopause that it can trigger an autoimmune, which I
Yes.
thought was interesting because when your estrogen levels are starting to decrease, your inflammation goes up in your body. And I'm like, why didn't somebody ever tell me this stuff? Like, it makes it, it does make a difference. And then to tell you, because I actually was having this issue, my endocrinologist was monitoring it where my cortisol was going way up and then it was going way low. Well, guess what it coincided with? Right when I was in that big transition to the postmenopausal stage.
Mhm.
So when we were like, and he was like, I don't understand why you're, like he's very smart, but because it was something dramatically new, because I see him like every 6 months. So, okay, what's changed in 6 months? And now I believe that it was that transition with the estrogen dropping, cortisol goes up. So I'm just like, oh, let's think about it, and then, you know, the belly fat starts, and I'm like, what is going on? And then a lot of people will tell, a lot of doctors will tell you, oh, there's not, it's just a part of life.
Yeah, a part of life. Yeah.
Well,
Heard
it's
that
a
so many
part
times.
of life to go through menopause, but all the negative things, you don't necessarily have to live with those. And so many doctors act like, yeah, you do.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
Well, I mean, yeah, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia and all these different things. And I'm like, I'm sorry, there has to be more to this. I mean, so me and you and I both, we love to investigate things. And I think that's one of the reasons why we love doing this podcast is because we do a lot of investigative. I feel like a detective. Um,
yes.
but you know, there are things that you can do. And I am so happy that you are doing this course on menopause because you have brought to light a lot of things that I have already thought about. But since you are doing the course, it is like, okay, this is for real. I'm not crazy after all. This is for real stuff. And I love the fact that you're going to be able to bring this to a lot of women and help them, including me.
Yeah,
um,
the menopause coaching course honestly saved me
yes.
because of one piece on hormone replacement therapy that
Mhm.
was in there. And because I've always heard, like, especially if you're into clean and health, real health and natural health, most people will say, oh, hormone replacement is this awful, awful thing. But then when I read this section about hormone replacement and it did get into about like that fear factor. So then I started investigating it further from there. And I'm just like, we've got this so wrong. Like, actually, all the things that they're saying, like, oh, this is bad for you. It's like, wait a minute. No, hormone replacement therapy, maybe there are people out there that can't take it. Maybe there are, right? That's between people and their doctors, but nobody's even really talking about it. They're trying to avoid it like it's the plague or something. And hormone replacement. Let's see, what does it do? It helps keep inflammation lower. It actually, if you're taking progesterone, which if you have a uterus, you need both estradiol and progesterone. And but the progesterone actually can be calming. Hmm. Let's think about this. Like, oh, wouldn't that be nice to be chill? And then it also, in that it is brain protective. If you
Mhm.
start it before 60, they say the best time is probably within 10 years of going through menopause, being postmenopausal, but actually before 60 is where they're, and I don't know if they say before 60 because they haven't researched greater than 60 enough. I don't know why that is. They just are saying like the brain protective from Alzheimer's, dementia, need my brain protected.
That's on the rise.
That
Yeah.
heart protection for your heart, cardiovascular, bone helps with bone density so that you're not losing your bones, and which is a big problem postmenopausal. Just and just how I feel. I mean, I just feel better. I feel like it's not as difficult to build my muscle, which can be something that's, the lean muscle mass postmenopausal can be, that's what an issue. That's why they talk about importance of strength training after menopause, opposed to like this hardcore crazy like hit workout. Like they really recommend things like walking,
Mhm.
strength training, yoga, because
Yes.
again, our bodies are different at this point. And
Right.
but since doing the hormone replacement, it's funny, I just went to my regular doctor and they took my blood pressure, and they're like, it's like 100 over 62 or something. And I'm just like, what? Because my blood pressure was so out of whack that they
Mhm.
wanted to put me on blood pressure medicine. It was like, my blood pressures would run like 150 over like 110 or something. It was very dangerous seeming, right? And but it would fluctuate, like it would go really, really high, and then it would go really low. So the blood pressure medicine really was not an option, because I'm just like, well, when do I know when I'm going to be in the low range? And here I am taking this blood pressure medicine. So I never took it. I was like, oh, I'll just lifestyle change, right?
Yeah.
But when but my blood pressures usually are like 120 over 70 or 80 something, right? That's like the norm. So when they said what it was, I was just like, really? I'm like, so before I left, they took it again and it was like 110 over 66 or something like that. And the nurse was just like, you must just be really calm. And I'm thinking, progesterone.
That's right. Yeah.
Just like, I was like, wow, because I didn't have any anxiety with it or anything. So, yeah.
And
So,
I could tell a big difference when you started. Yeah, I could tell a huge difference and when you started the placement. Now, I'm one of those that my gynecologist, female gynecologist, she recommended I not take it. Um, because I wasn't experiencing the problems that you were having. So yeah, I mean, we're not medical doctors. We're not telling you to run out and go and do all the things that we're
no,
doing. We're giving you advice on what works for you is not gonna, I mean, excuse me, what works for us is not maybe not work for you, but there are things out there to try. And both of us, and we love talking to you ladies about lifestyle changes. You made a good point there. And because once you get over a certain age, you're like, you know what? I used to be able to eat what I wanted and I never had to really work out. Well, I mean, it's different for us ladies now. It is. I mean, we really do have to make changes in what we eat. Honestly, you can contact one of us. We can talk to you more about it. But I do have, and I talked to my stepmom, my lovely stepmom this morning, and she reminded me of this trick that I just want to share with y'all. So if you're having hot flashes and you are an essential oil girl, peppermint oil. Okay. I have two different brands. Now is your lower end price. And this is Aura Cassia. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry. I might be botching that name. So this is your higher end, the one that starts with an A. Both of them work superbly. You do not have to buy the expensive one. This one, I just happened to get a good deal on it, but normally it was like 20 something dollars. And I think I got it for like, I want to say like $11 or something. But what you do is you just put a few drops behind your ears, on your neck, on your wrist. Do not put it on your face. Okay. You will regret it instantly. So wash your hands. Like, I know this for a fact because I didn't wash my hands and then I rubbed my eye and
Ugh.
it was awful. Let me just tell you.
Yeah, that is awful.
So this is a cooling thing. Also for you ladies who love to be outside, if you're in a wooded area like I am, I'm in the country, lots of ticks, bugs. You put this stuff on you, little drops here and there, they will leave you alone. And peppermint oil is really good for removing ticks. And so I wanted to pass that on as my little tip for my little hot tip for the day, to use peppermint essential oil. Now it's real essential oil. Do not get the kind that that synthetic, stuff. The what am I
No
trying to say?
Walmart brand.
Yeah, no Walmart brand. What am I trying? It has to say peppermint oil on it. Do not get anything. If it has other ingredients, do not put that on your skin. Okay, is what I'm trying to say. This is for your skin, and it will not harm you. So, but yeah, I mean, those are some tips.
Yeah.
Other things I was going through, dry hair. My hair was very brittle and dry skin. Oh my gosh, but now I think at this age that I am, now that I know so much more, my skin has felt so much better. My body feels so much better. That's another reason I wanted to do this chat is because if you can do the things that we're doing now at your younger age or how old y'all are, but whatever, this will help you. I'm telling you. Yeah.
Omega-3s is a big one. That's what when I really stuck to starting to use a good omega-3, I am a full script practitioner. So if you want pharmaceutical grade, reach out. I'll hook you up with my link, and I give a discount on orders. So reach out. I don't prescribe anything, but if there's something, but you can get access to the catalog and order on your own. Your doctor could recommend stuff and then you order it. It's up to you. But omega-3s have really helped my skin, hair, and nails big time. So been a
Increasing
big
that
one.
collagen, the elasticity
Yeah.
in your skin, will help prevent those deep fine, lines and stuff. I've seen so much improvement in the fine lines and wrinkles that I have. No, I don't have Botox, but I feel like sometimes I want to get it, but
No, don't do the Botox.
everything's heading south.
We embrace our beauty because that's the
Yeah,
other thing. You're postmenopausal, you haven't lost your beauty, you're still beautiful. And
exactly.
so,
Embrace it.
yeah.
I mean, I was once scared of this entering this phase of life, and now I am just embracing it full on because, like I said, I've never felt better in my entire life about my health journey and learning. God brought us to the Christian Health Coach Academy, and Beth Blanco, she's the CEO, founder of the Christian Health Coach Academy. And I am just so blessed, beyond blessed, to have been able to take that course. You and I both went through it. And
Yeah.
you are a yoga instructor. You're doing this menopause course, your full script. Oh my gosh. And um, I am working my way through yoga for kids. I want to do yoga with children
And you're
and
doing your health coaching. So
health
yeah,
and
it's awesome. And yeah, there's just so many things you do have the like you can't control whether you're gonna, when you go through menopause, right? You can't control that, but you can help with the symptoms because even my hot flashes and night sweats, they're gone. In fact, they went away pretty fast. And yes, I'm on hormone replacement, but that's again, have the conversation with your doctor about it. And like you're not on it. And so we're both getting relief in different ways. And I was already eating healthy and stuff like that, and that was not helping me. And yeah, definitely go to our Facebook pages as well because we put information in there. In fact, I did a post recently on my Suzanne Penn page that was about phytoestrogens, which are foods you can eat that can help with some of the symptoms that you have to experiment because what works for one person might not work for another. So, but we like to give options, all of them out there. So,
that's
and
right.
yeah,
I'm on my Facebook is Southern Grace Wellness. Both of us do reels. I'm on Instagram as Southern Grace Wellness. My YouTube channel is Southern Grace Wellness. And of course, you found us the Wellness Warriors podcast, and we're on, I think we're on just about every music app. Are we? Are we
we
on?
were, I don't know, some of them have changed some things, so I'm not sure if it's still everywhere, but it's,
We're everywhere.
you take a look. It should be on like Apple and Amazon and Google, I
Okay.
think, and
Spotify. Are we still on Spotify?
Spotify is the main one. Yeah, Spotify is probably the main one, and then we share it into YouTube. And I'm Radiant Bloom Yoga and Wellness. I again, I use for my business now, I use my profile as Suzanne Penn now, but Instagram, I think I'm still Radiant Bloom Yoga and Wellness, and YouTube, I still am. So,
So
but
we're
yeah,
we're out there in the social media. We're trying to, bring real stories, real stuff. I mean, this is stuff about us, that the things that we've gone through that we like to bring to our audience. And I just hope that, if you see this and you're interested in hiring one of us to, if you're thinking, you're like, hey, I want to do something different. Yeah, just get in touch with us. And we
and
also,
what?
the Wellness Warriors podcast email, right? Wellness Warriors podcast at Gmail. Yeah. If you,
Okay. And yeah, and if you enjoy things like this, other subjects to do with wellness, women's health, that kind of thing, just sometimes who knows what we'll talk about, right? Hit
right.
that little, hit the subscribe button depending on where you are, or the like. I'm not sure, depending on where you're seeing this. Please subscribe or like, and or both. I think you can do both, subscribe and like.
Comment. Yeah,
So we
give us a
we
comment,
appreciate
because
it
yeah,
because the more people that do that, the more people get to see our podcasts. So
right. And we enjoy doing this. We're not getting paid to do this. We are just doing this because we love talking about this, and want to share it with you.
yeah. So we hope everyone has a wonderfully blessed day. If you have questions for us, please put it in the comments or email us. I always share the emails and things like that in the descriptions. And yeah, we'd love to chat more. If there's other things that you'd like to know more about, share that as well. So
Perfect.
hope everyone just has an awesome week. Enjoy.